Rita and the kids may be the ones going away, but it is certainly Dexter who is getting a holiday. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment here to review Season 4, Episode 4. It is 404 of Dexter. This one is called Dexter Takes a Holiday. He might not be going anywhere, but he's getting 3 full days where he can pretty much do what he wants, aka that means tonight is the night. But which of these 3 nights is it going to be?
What day is it going to be? 72 hours? It's like the original Dead Rising. He doesn't know what to do. Is he waiting for the military to roam in? No, he's just going to kill people by himself. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah,
it's the Dexter virus.
He is. Dexter, I mean, I guess if he was being really greedy, he could have tried to get 3 kills, 1 per night. But, I mean, you got to like, calm down, Dexter. You're getting older now. You've got a kid. You're tired. You just had that big car crash. I think he did the right thing here, just deciding to kill 1 person over the 72 hours, rather than go on like a full mayhem spree where he could have tried to rack up a lot of bodies. He could have tried to add a lot of slides to his little blood collection, and instead he just picked out 1 person, and that 1 person that he picked out was Officer Zoe Kruger. And you know what? Seeing what she did, man, killing her husband and killing her, like, what, 6, 7, 8-year-old daughter, I think she deserved to go, man. I mean, pretty much everybody Dexter's killed, I can't really say, they didn't deserve to die or whatnot. I mean, he pretty much does take out the trash, but, nah, man, I think, and what I like is he doesn't discriminate against gender, he's like, I don't care, I'll...
Yeah, but is there anyone making a case that she didn't deserve to go? I mean, she had to go. I mean, take the kid.
No, but it's a unique kill, whereas he's killing, like, a fellow member of law enforcement, and... It's just not your typical kind of person Dexter would kill,
No, absolutely not. But here, this person got sloppy with the glove doing the garbage disposal, which we'll get into. But here, killing your own kid. I mean, killing the husband's bad enough, right? I mean, that's horrible. But your own kid, it's like 9-year-old.
Oh, I mean, they could have easily had this be a male cop that killed his wife and kids. So
absolutely, but you know what? Dexter and the people behind Dexter weren't shitebags. But it was a different time period. I don't know if New Blood and Resurrection, all those shows will do that though.
Yeah, so Dexter gets a new wee mug, says "I love Dad." He looks at the mug when his kids leave, and I mean, most fathers would look at it and go, oh, "That's great." He looks at it and thinks 72 hours.
72 hours, so, 71 hours and 59 minutes.
So the sentiment, the thoughts, all that stuff behind the mug, Dexter's not even thinking that. He's thinking 72 precious hours. We then see her tracking down Zoe Kruger. He's watching her in the firing range, and he notices that she never misses her shot, yet when it came to the home invasion that killed her husband and her daughter, she only managed to wound the so-called attacker. So, I mean, Dexter here straight away on the case.
He's on the case. He's ready to lace up the boots and get them bloody again, damn it. And you know what? You're right, he doesn't discriminate. He's just a big...
he's a killing machine, isn't he?
The big red machine. Get those slides out. I'm telling you.
We've got a new slide going in there. Dexter pays a visit to Sam. Sam is a fellow blood analyst from a different department.
Could you argue this is sloppy though for Dexter? He's leaving a trail. Sam knows he was looking into Zoe here.
But how else is he supposed to get? I suppose
I guess he could kill Sam while he's at it. Maybe Sam had stuff on his hard drive.
I mean, true, I mean, you'd think you could have hacked the database, but it seemed like this was Sam's own kind of paperwork. It had like a physical...
But Sam wanted to keep it hush-hush.
Yeah, Sam wasn't going to do anything about it. This was just a hunch he had that perhaps Zoe killed her family, and I mean, Dexter then looked into it, and he got the confirmation he needed. Zoe's selling her house. We see Dexter go there. He pretends that he's interested in buying. I mean, he seems to do this quite a lot. He's interested in this. Oh, I need a new car. AKA, I'm just scoping at the map to see where I can kill you. We see her kids' room. It's all pink, and he's thinking, Aster would love this. Again, I mean, Aster, as we can see, is getting older. I don't know if she would like the all pink girly room.
Yeah, Dexter last episode was like, yeah, I'm back in with the kids. I'll accept them getting older. This episode's out the window.
Aster would love this.
I see red, she sees pink.
Aster would love this. We 7-year-old pink room. We then see Dexter. He comes back later and he's thinking, right, where would they go? Where would she be? And he's looking at the evidence, and he manages to conclude that she took the gloves off at the sink, at the garbage disposal, nonetheless. And after a little bit of tinkering with the garbage disposal, he manages to pick a piece of glove out of there, which has some blood on it. But he's almost caught though by the home person, the person selling the home. What do you call those people? The sales.
The realtors.
Real estaters, aye.
I mean, yeah, but do you know how like Dexter and other TV shows, like if you watch enough of them, I'm not saying it would be easy to get away with murder or a certain crime, but you would definitely know the basic do's and don'ts.
Oh, Zoe then walks in and she sees Dexter obviously underneath the sink and the garbage disposal, and I think she's straight away a bit worried here.
No, I absolutely worried. I mean, Dexter knows how to make this a good tense scene here, where he's trying to screw it back on for her coming in. And then she's looking at it, and Dexter's like, look, I'm handy, man. I'm the man.
And she's so worried that she looks into Dexter and she pulls him over and takes him out his car. And I mean, Dexter thinks he's going to be under arrest, but she basically gives him a warning, saying, leave me alone.
Dexter's very good, though. He plays the victim. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. She's like the innocent shite bag.
I say, are you some kind of monster that likes seeing women get hurt? And he's like, not that kind of monster.
No, absolutely not. He's a different kind of monster. But yeah, I could sense even this like delivery of this line. I was like, she's mentally fucked up here. It just seems like your modern day feminist. Who big Zoe?
Yeah, then we see Dexter later on. He's not letting this go, so he goes back. He finds out that Zoe's tailing him. Zoe then follows him into this like restroom. Then she pushes him against the sink, points a gun to his head, and she says, "Are you trying to rape me?" And Dexter's like, "I'm not even touching you." And then she said, "Well, we'll see if they believe me or they believe you." And then Dexter's like, "Well, they ain't going to believe you because the gun's pointed here and the impact of the shot, blah, 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 is going to suggest that you were pushing onto me and I was pulling away and all this, blah, blah, blah." And I mean, at this point, she's realising, damn, I can't just shoot him because, I mean, I suppose Dexter knows this stuff that other people just wouldn't.
Yeah. That's the problem, though. Other people wouldn't. It's Masuka. If he gets called to this scene, is he going to be able to deliver the same results as Dexter? I mean, if she shoots Dexter, it's not like he can do the blood splatter at his own scene.
No, I think Masuka's...
He's alright. Masuka that Furuka.
Nah, Masuka knows what he's doing. Like,
but Dexter's cold-hearted here, because he doesn't give a fuck about dying. The normal person here's arse would fold. I think the normal person's going to recite every angle of a gun.
Does Dexter really worry about death, or is he just thinking here, when I die, the kill count dies?
I don't think he's ever really been worried about death. It's more just a case of outsmarting his enemy.
The only time he ever really, I think, weighed up anything was when it was either, try and put Dokes down or me go to prison for life, and then he weighed up the pros and cons, and he went, nah, it's better me being free.
I'm a free man, damn it.
Yeah, so Zoe then realises that she can't kill him, but what she is going to do is she's going to make it look like another home invasion. So she finds out where Dexter lives, and Dexter knows that, she could turn... He was going to consider, I think, letting her go because it was getting a little bit too hot in there, a little bit too heated, maybe too dangerous, and Big Harry's thinking, this is dangerous, this is a full cup. But when she starts talking about the address and she's basically, threatening Dexter, I know where you live, I know where your family lives. For me, that's
a line that's crossed, TNA style. I mean, it has to be dealt with there and then. Harry, I mean, who's his loyalties lie, man? To the blue line, the police. Hey, Dex, you can't touch the cops.
Yeah, so
Dirty Harry.
So basically, Dexter then goes home and he allows Zoe to basically follow him home and believe that he and his kids are there and that he is, not expecting this. He turns all the lights off, so she thinks that he's sleeping, and she comes in, but little does she know he's actually hiding behind like this book stand, and it's too late by the time she sees his reflection. Dexter's on it. After a little bit of a brawl, Dexter takes her out no problem, and then she awakens and she's wrapped up in plastic, and again she's like, what are you going to do, rape me?
What is it with you and rape?
Nobody's getting raped. Killing, though. Killing, on the other hand. And then he asks her why she'd done it, and she says, I can see you're going to do it too. Dexter says that he would rather get found out, he would rather his secrets get spilled than anything happen to his family. And it's like, why the fuck didn't she just say to her husband, as shite as it is, why not just say to her husband, look, I don't want to be with you anymore, and I don't want anything to do with my kid. I'm just leaving.
Yeah, I thought about killing you, but you know what? I'm not gonna do that.
She could have left that part out. Like,
Aye, she could have left that part out, but it's just weird. Kills both of them and then just goes on about normal life like nothing ever happened.
why not just leave them? I mean, I guess this way she doesn't look like an arsehole.
She looks like the victim.
She looks like the victim rather than there's that horrible person that just abandoned her kid and abandoned her husband.
Well, absolutely. So,
but at the sake of being a murderer and doing the wrong
effort, it's not like you're getting a financial benefit really out of it either.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Conscience as well. Yeah, you leave.
But then again, I guess some people care about their reputation and shit like that. So who knows? Dexter's like, I could never be like you, and then he kind of ends the small talk and he kills her and he gets rid of the body and disposes of it just before Rita and the kids get home. But unfortunately, the mug was smashed in this brawl between Dexter and Zoe. So I mean that was disappointing. But I mean that pretty much summed up the Dexter and Zoe stuff. And I would say that Zoe's one of the better mini antagonists that we've seen so far. You talk about like
what's the word for a mini antagonist? Like a duo antagonist or something?
I just call him a mini.
I'm calling. We'll call them a mini, but
when you look at one episode antagonist, she's definitely the best we've seen in a while.
I think season 4's done a very good job of not really including Dexter in the Trinity storyline, but having him do his own thing.
We'll
kind of being involved with it. And I guess that's where we move on. But yeah, I think Zoe's definitely been one of the better one-off characters.
I think the mini antagonists kind of stopped. Season 1, I think, was the best for them. And then I guess in season 2, I mean, I guess you could argue Dokes and Lila were sort of the antagonists then, so maybe they felt they didn't need one. And then you had the Bay Harbour Butcher case. Although you did have the car salesman at the beginning, and Little Chino.
And the black guy for
the blind guy as well. So, I mean, you did have some, mini antagonists. Season 3, though, I'm trying to think of... You didn't really get that many. I mean, and the ones that you did have, they weren't great. It was more focusing on Dexter and Miguel teaming up, rather than the actual people they were killing.
No, I agree, and I think the show has missed that, but I think season 4's brought it back.
So yeah, I definitely think this was one of the better mini antagonists that we get. So Dexter's family's home, but what else happened in this episode? Well, we had Quinn breaking up with his new little girlfriend, Christine. He again told her that Liguerta and Batista were getting shot at.
I walk alone.
Told her not to report that. She reported that. She put the information in the paper. He talked to her about the Trinity killer and the fact that FBI Lundy's on the case. Next day, you wake up and there's a picture of Lundy in the newspaper. Knowing what we know at the end of this episode, is Quinn kind of responsible there for, feeding out information that he shouldn't have?
I would say he could definitely be up there. You had Lundy planked out, sitting on the floor of the precinct like you would be sitting in a school assembly. Very fucking weird.
Yeah, very weird. But anyway, Quinn basically breaks up with Christine after coming under fire for all these leaks that he's given it, and essentially, I guess he just got tired of it. Because he did warn her multiple times not to be putting this in the paper, not to put a negative spin on this, and every time he told her not to do something, she kind of went and done it anyway. So
and then she was whipping at the puppy.
I don't want to lose you, and he's like, you never had me.
Yeah, it's like this has lasted longer than fucking hee-haw.
We see Deborah and Lundy just sitting in Dexter's sit like cross-legged, sitting in Dexter's splatter room, his office. A bit strange, his forensic office. Dexter then joins him on the floor because I'm sure he doesn't think this is strange.
No, Dexter.
I mean, this is the kind of guy that sits in a fort with Cody, so he's not gonna, he probably thinks this is normal.
This is some great shit.
But then Maria walks in and she's like, "What you doing here?" And then she looks at Lundy and she thinks that maybe this Trinity stuff is taking over other cases, especially the vacation murders. So she basically tells Lundy you have to leave, and Lundy's like, "Oh, I think my day pass has expired." But I mean, shouldn't Lundy be getting... I mean, this is rock star Lundy. Shouldn't Liguerta be treating him with a wee bit more respect here?
I totally agree.
I know he's here on his own accord and he's no longer working with the FBI or whatever, but I mean, still, this is...
I think Liguerta's a bit depressing. I get it, she's like the top dog, but I feel like Batista, Quinn, they can all be serious, and like Deborah as well, but they can all add like the elements like comedy into the character. I feel like it's always down and depressing. It's always like the job's too much. It's all, the job.
Is
Fucking
she,
lighten up, bitch.
does she maybe not like Lundy as well, because he had his part in bringing down Dokes, the Bay Harbour Butcher, the fake one?
Oh, I mean, that could be it as well, but at the end of the day, I mean, all evidence pointed towards it.
Although, I mean, to be fair, Lundy never really put the nail in the coffin. He never really said that he thought Dokes was it. Kind of just that the evidence was pointing at Dokes, and Dokes
have to close the door at the end of the day.
You have to close the door, and at the end of the day, one door is got to close. So, yeah, we get that, and Lundy has to pretty much just leave the. I mean, Dante has to leave the premises, which is.
He has to leave the premises in a pretty depressing manner, but this is when the big showdown happens. He goes in his wee. What's he got? His wee John Kramer videotape. He's speaking into it. And who's he run into?
None other than the Trinity Killer.
Right, I like this scene, but I mean it's quite obvious that the Trinity Killer's leaving a path here for it's like the nonce leaving a trail of Cheerios for the kids.
Yeah, Lundy takes out his wee recorder and they have a bit. They bang into each other. Lundy gives him the keys. Lundy looks at him and goes, this guy's old enough to be doing 30 years of this killing shit.
6'4", 280.
So
looks like a nonce. There's a nonce.
Lundy, who records everything, he obviously records this. We then see the Trinity Killer take off on a bus. We later see him in the library shushing people. I mean, just like a pure Karen. What's the male version of a Karen?
Trinity.
I mean, he does look like the kind of guy that would shush you, wouldn't he?
He does, but you know what? Lesson to self. If someone shushes me in a library, I won't be speaking back in case it's this guy.
And it was actually in the library where he seen the headline about Lundy. That's before he bumped into him, so... I mean, even when he seen Lundy, he hid behind that pillar thinking, oh, fuck. Is he looking for me? Is he closing in on me?
Yeah, but it was obviously an act. He wants Lundy on the case. He wants Lundy to think it. He wants to draw Lundy in. Well, let's talk about Anton.
Yeah, so Deborah's at the home. She's speaking with Lundy on the phone. Anton walks in with dinner. Deborah just doesn't really seem interested. Anton's like, oh, here.
I'm not interested in Anton if it makes any difference.
I got work at home from him so we could spend more time, and all you want to do is work in this case with your ex-boyfriend. And Deborah's like, you're being jealous over nothing, and what we do is professional, and there's no need to be jealous of. But I mean, you can clearly see that. I know it's only been 4 episodes, but ever since Lundy came back, Deborah's interest in Anton has got less and less.
Absolutely. My interest in Anton has become less and less. But you know what, right? I'll stand up for the guy. It's not right what's happening to him here. Why doesn't Deborah just say, right, bye-bye. I want Big Frank.
I think Anton's got every right to be upset here.
No, he does.
I know what pisses me. There's this. I mean, you always hear this term. It's like I can't remember what they say. Like insecure or something, or small man insecurity. It's like bull fucking shit. See if do you notice how it's always trying to make men look toxic? See if a man is working with his ex and she's a female and they're working on a case or something like that, or they're working, spending time with each other. See if the woman feels like uncomfortable with that, or all our girlfriends would be like, that's not right. You have every right to be upset about that. But see if it's a guy in that shoes and a guy feels uncomfortable with a woman like working or spending time with an ex. There's always
fuck you, Anton.
You're insecure. You're this. You're that. I think Anton's got every right to be. At least worried. Well, I mean, this episode proves he does.
Nice, you should be. But
have you noticed, like, depending on the genders, like, it's...
No, it is. It's always going to be like this, but, I mean, I think Anton's a bit weak. I think he is a bit weak at the same time. I think he could... But then, it's not like he completely knows there's nothing was going on until this episode. Maybe Anton should have just been like, right, cards on the table, me or Frank. If you choose Frank, I'm away.
Right,
not the Frankfurter.
Right, then we got a scene with the Trinity Killer, and I'm just not really sure. I actually don't get it here. So he's waiting outside. He's in an alley waiting outside this like bar. A man comes out. A woman meets him. They walk on. A second man comes out on his own. The Trinity Killer then steps out from the darkness, calls him a cunt. The man turns around, looks at him and says, "You talking to me, old man?" And he's like, "You're a cunt." And then
you're a faggot.
The guy's going to walk off, and then Trinity calls him fucking pussy. and then calls him a faggot, and then the guy decides to beat him up and punch him. And then he turns around and says, "It's all your fault! Oh, your fault!" And the man walks away looking at him thinking, what the hell is this guy on? So, I mean, is this some sort of... Is this a Trinity killer trying to, like, prepare himself for the next kill or something? Is this some sort of, like, self-punishment?
Maybe he gets off on this, I don't know. But, I mean, Frank Lundy pointed out that he kills and frees and that the third guy gets bludgeoned. I thought it was going to be Anton. I thought it was going to be Frank.
I thought it was going to be this guy.
I thought it was going to be this guy. I thought it could have been anybody else, the bus driver. But this was weird. It didn't give me the sense that he was going to kill this guy, then he didn't. It seems like the entire plan here was just to get battered by this guy.
Yeah, for whatever reason, honestly, I do not know. Lundy and Deborah then meet up later that night. And they're looking over all of Lundy's investigation work, and he's got recorders, tapes, articles, notes, you name it. Lundy's got it. He's got the board, and I mean, this guy. It feels like he's pretty much put like decades of work into this stuff.
Yeah, but I'm just big Trinity, man. The guy is just wired to the moon, isn't he?
Yeah, there's something not quite right about him.
No, there's not, and it's almost like... But he can obviously play it off quite well when he's, interacting with people. But maybe this episode his arse is folded.
Maybe it has. Deborah then starts kissing Lundy, and then they get together, and, they have sex and all that stuff, and looks like Anton was right to, to be suspicious, because... it's what he thought could happen is actually happening. Deborah and Lundy then discuss whether she is a fuckwad for cheating on Anton. She thinks that she is, and Lundy thinks...
She should have broke up with Anton, that's it. Simple as.
Lundy thinks that she's not, but I mean, of course he's going to say that. I mean, Lundy's...
He's not, yeah, you're a whore. He's not going to turn around and say that. But, again, I think Anton's odds drastically went up to get killed because... Well, actually, I say that, judging how this episode ended, maybe he's got a decent chance of living, but it's like... If Lundy and Deborah reunite it and rekindle the relationship, what is the fucking purpose of Anton post like a confrontation scene with Deborah? He'd be hanging around like a bad smell.
Yep, Anton says, I mean...
May as well go back in the cruise ship.
Cruise your ass on out of here.
Jabroni.
Cruise to, I don't know, the other side of the world and don't come back. Deborah then goes to leave and we hear a gunshot and Deborah goes down. So Deborah's been shot. But unfortunately, Lundy's not even looking in the right direction. And then we hear two more shots ring out. And Lundy falls to the ground, and we get to see it from Dev's perspective, where we see the assailant put their hands in the wallet, and hands into the pocket looking for the wallet. She tells Lundy to stay with me, but I mean, I don't know, Dev's wound doesn't look that bad.
Lundy's looks fucked, there's a lot of blood.
Lundy got 2 shots, and the blood is like pouring halfway down the street, so it looks like a robbery here. And we've already seen a lot of cops being killed this season, and have been robbed as well, so it could be related to that.
Who's it going to be? It's not the Trinity killer, I don't think. Could it be the 2 people that shot at Batista and Liberta? Probably. It could be someone else entirely, but I think Frank Lundy is going to be... I think he's done for, or at least ruled out for the foreseeable future. R.I.P.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's a Trinity killer, because
he wouldn't do it.
Lundy would probably be expecting him. And it's like, if you wore a mask, then surely Lundy would be like, here, why is that guy with a balaclava approaching me here? And he knows what a Trinity killer looks like as well, so, yeah, don't know. Anyway, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, he knows what he looks like, but...
Well, he knows what that guy looks like. I'm pretty sure if he's seen that guy approaching him at night, he'd be thinking, holy shit.
He was too busy getting bummed down an alley by that other guy outside the bar, but yeah, that was your episode. Pretty good episode. Pretty massive ending.
Honestly, I think
two major characters on the deck.
I think this is the best episode of Dexter in a long time. I think since the last season 2, I'd say so. I'm going to give this one a 9. I thought this one was really good. We get obviously the big shooting at the end, and we get a confrontation with Trinity and Lundy, and I think we get one of the better Dexter mini antagonist stories.
So that the show's just not all Dexter. As great as Dexter is, I think there's other characters that can hold their own.
No, there is.
And I think there's a lot of comparisons to be made between Dexter and The Sopranos, because it's Tony Soprano, but I don't see a Soprano episode ever carrying itself without Tony. And Dexter's proved, I think, on numerous occasions that it can.
Yeah, I think even if Dexter, like, literally was missing for a few episodes, I don't think the quality of the show would go. Well, obviously, it would be hard to replace the guy, like, but, you know, I think there's always
John Cena take over
I
for
think,
3
well,
episodes?
maybe.
Very hairy.
Anyway,
Very hairy.
hopefully Lundy pulls through, because he's a good character. Rockstar Lundy. Will he be rocking into episode 5? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm giving it a 9. You're giving it a...
I'll give it a 9 as well. I agree. I think it beats anything in season 3. Sorry, and I think it's right up there with the final bunch of episodes in season 2. Long may it continue.
Long may it continue. Anyway, guys, 9 out of 10. That's it. Catch you in the next one. That was Dex Takes a Holiday. Till next time, peace.